have to do and still take care of myself. Um, some self care. So, but there's a lot of energy going on right now, and a lot of people are feeling it. So, I am just in that place of, okay, what the heck is going on here? Sorry about that. Um, Let me keep it up there. Let me see. I need to fix this. Hold on. Okay, got that. All right. All right. So we are now in the present, the cosmic moon of presence. We're in that. It starts now, today. So we're in the energy of the white electric dog guided by timelessness. But let me bring up my computer. Okay. Okay, this one on Thursday, June 27th. And there is special written stuff on it. Okay, so the it's interesting. This one gives me written things. Hi, darling, how are you? And then the other one gives me on a computer more in-depth things because the computer one comes from a place called Out of Time, and it gives you that whole listing. So this one is Kin 250, and it's the white electric dog. I activate in order to love, bounding loyalty. I seal the process of the heart. Heart. With the electrical tone of service, I am guided by the power of timelessness. I am a polar kin. I establish the whole galactic spectrum. Okay, so this one is like I establish the white galactic spectrum. Here it says begin 65-day dog season of love white galactic spectrum. And this is a 65-day energy that supports this kin. And the color is white, the planet is Mercury, the chakra is crown, and the earth family is polar. So it is not an activated portal. And to be the cosmic person is to dwell in and be informed by the absolute in all matters. So we're going to feel things here at the back of the head, the cap. And this is a lot of mental spirit is pre-consciousness and cosmic creation, how you're stepping into that. So on the calendar, when we look at the calendar from what I showed you yesterday, this one is giving you the words endure, transcend, presence. We are working with the turtle medicine. Turtle medicine is coming in. So, hold on one second. We're doing turtle medicine, then I'm going to need this. Let me get mine. And we'll pull up the turtle medicine. So those of you that have turtle as a totem will feel the connection of working with the turtle energy. Turtles are beautiful. Today I saw a lot of butterflies, big butterflies, and dragonflies, huge dragonflies. I was like, God dang, you got any bigger? We wouldn't be able to call you a dragonfly. You know, you'd call you a dragon because it was really big, and it caught my eye how big it was. I was like, dang, you're really big. So, all right, here's something that everyone needs to be aware of, and you're probably seeing it, but you're not connecting it. when the planet is taking in such high amount of radiation, that radiation, depending on how it's imprinting on certain beings, we'll put it that way, it's like trees, um, different animals, um, insects, they're going to be a little bit bigger, okay, because they're taking in a lot of energy. So when they're taking that energy in, you're going to see things bigger, okay, just to let you know, like noticeably bigger. Like, okay, that's really big. You're big. You're huge. Why are you so big? Blah, blah, blah. You're going to see that. So let me see if they have it. I think they have it in here. I want to be able to say, yes, turtle spirit. Here it is. The turtle. So because we're in that turtle totem, we want to be able to look at that. It says slow and steady wins the race. Slow and steady wins the race. So turtle is the one that's connected to Turtle Island. It's connected to that. So it is all about that turtle medicine. So now is not the time to rush around trying to force matters. Move slowly, perhaps even slowly, than most of the feelings that you're feeling, moving at all, where you're slowly moving and being observant of what you're seeing and moving into. So taking your time. And I like that because when we were doing the 21 days of everything, we were moving right along, we were staying active, we we're staying in that process. But now we get this turtle um, energy that's telling us, okay, we need to be present. We need to be moving into a place where we are transcending. Now, this is where it's going to get a little weird for some of you. Okay, because I told you we got some of those weird planetary things going on, and Leo King was really like, yeah, you got to pay attention, please. So, and we're going to talk about the plasmic light. I really want you to be connected with that. So, endure. When we look up the meaning of endure, it means to undergo or suffer, or to continue in existence, or to make hard. That's endure. Okay? I don't want it to be a suffering thing, so we're going to X that out. Nope. And I don't want it to be hard, so we're going to X that out. No hard. But yes, to continue in existence, okay. How we want that to continue will be totally up to what you want to endure. Okay? Then the next one is to transcend. When you transcend, so the meaning of this is to escape in conclusion, in to surpass, or to climb over or beyond. Okay? I'm washing my clothes right now because I'm like, the washing machine is going to have a little bit of a nervous breakdown as it goes through its process. So, transcend, to surpass, to climb over or beyond. Okay? Just keep that in mind. Presence is being present, calm, collected, state of mind. That's presence, to have a present. You know, when people meet you, they'll say something, well, there's just a presence around you, or there's a presence of calmness, or there's a presence of happiness around you. You just have this nice presence around you. Okay? So, keep that in mind. We got turtle energy. This is the last galactic moon, which is the 13th moon of this cycle that we're completing of the galactic calendar. Okay? So, in this process for today, it's all about that timelessness. connection energy. So from the June 27th through July 24th, this is the energy we're in. It's the mystery is our guru. What's your guru? Now, one of the things I wanted to kind of bring into the consciousness of all this energy that we're moving into. The plasmic light, you need to know that this is a high consciousness. It's all about the travel of this light and the connection and to communicate with anyone or anything from anywhere in the universe through the intention. Okay? That's plasmic light. To communicate with anything, anyone, anywhere through the universe is plasmic light. Okay? Through intention. So when you connect with plasmic light, when you connect with Polaris and that sun, to be with that sun energy, and you're soaking up that plasmic light that's coming into you, and then you send out a thought of healing for yourself or healing for someone else, or you send out your prayers, or you're going into a meditative state, you're connecting with that. That's that energy that you're connecting with, is that plasmic light that can go out into the ethers and communicate with anything with set intention. Okay? You got to have that set intention. The cosmic spiritual sun, the Christos, the cosmic sun that sits behind the sun. Okay, soon this is going to be just very normal to see the suns out in the sky doing their thing, to see their suns. As long as we're not having a pitch black moment. Remember that one? Pitch Black? That movie? How they're on that planet, they had those suns. It was excruciating heat during the daytime, and then all of a sudden when it made that full alignment, it became pitch dark, pitch black on that planet. That's a good movie, Pitch Black. So these are some of the things I want you to kind of just know as we're still integrating all the medicine that we did for the 21 days. This is a good time to go back and reflect on, it's a movie called Pitch Black. It has Vin Diesel in it. I like him. He's just sexy. It has that, this energy of being present. Okay? And the reason why this is important is because, like I was telling you, the energy is doing a lot of moving. Hi, Billy. A lot of shifting. A lot of, you're trying to get your footing. You're trying to get your whereabouts. You're trying to, make decisions. You're looking at all your money stuff. You got that, and then you got relationship things coming up, and relationship with yourself, and questions that you're asking yourself of what you want to do and what you not want to do anymore. This is going to be playing out a lot the remaining of this week because we got Saturn going in retrograde. So depending on how Saturn shows up in your chart, it brings up things that you still need to be aware or work on. Because Saturn is what? The teacher. Saturn's the discipliner. Saturn is the one that says, hey, do you really think you learned that lesson? Well, let's go back and revisit. That's what Saturn likes to do. And I'm governed with Saturn because I'm Capricorn. And I'm like, oh, no, God, help me, please. No, I don't want to go through that. But here's the thing. Whatever's going to come up, this is how I'll be able to look at it and say, okay, I still need to work on this, or I need to still bring attention to this, and to be able to look at that and be into that part of it with Saturn. But Saturn's a teacher. Saturn's about that discipline, that consistency. Get in there, take the action, show up. Don't make excuses. Don't drop the ball. Come on, participate. That's what Saturn is. Saturn's all that. Come on, let's go. Nope, don't just sit there. But yet, still, because we got Turtle totem with this particular cosmic moon, it's also having you look and be very wise and be very patient, make decisions from a very high heart place. Feel into it. Does it feel aligned? I found myself today when I was in the grocery store grabbing a couple items. Yes, I'm Aquarius and Capricorn rising and get a lot of Saturn. Yes, you know what I'm talking about. And I found myself when I was looking at the prices and I was looking at what I wanted to get and what I was having a craving for. And I said, I really just want something, really simple to eat today, nothing too major. And I'm walking around, I found myself saying, I don't consent to this type of timeline. I don't consent to this. I don't consent to feeling overwhelmed. I don't consent to having anxiety. I don't consent to feeling fear. It's not my energy to hold. I don't consent. I just found myself saying that. And I said, wow, how interesting. Because when you go to a grocery store, or you go into a bank, or you going somewhere where there's other people in the space, then you're finding yourself feeling. Now you got to remember, your frequency is up. Okay? You're probably higher than most of all the people that are coming into the store that are in there. Okay? Frequency is up. And you can tell by the way you're walking through the store. You are aware, you know exactly what you're looking for, you know where to go, you know where to get it, and then you see other people doing the shuffle walk. They're just like doing this. Okay? That's how you know. Here's the thing. Because your frequency is up, you are going to be almost just, you're going to feel people, their energy of what they're processing, what their fear factor is. It'll just come up and you'll be like, oh, look at that. That's not mine, but oh, this person. You'll pass by. It's almost like you're scanning that person and you can feel their energy. You can feel when someone's feeling overwhelmed. Oh, it's going to be amplified next month. It's going to be off the chart. Okay? So don't feel weird about yourself when you kind of look at everything. You say to yourself, oh my God, I just don't feel like going out to any of the stores. I don't feel like going to a grocery store. I don't feel like doing this. I don't feel like doing that. That's okay. Just know you want to be aligned with something that's not making you feel like that. Okay, that's going to be the name of the game. We got to get through this whole next 4 days. So we got to get through today. We got to get through Friday. We got to get through Saturday and Sunday. Then when we hit Monday, which is my day, my kin, I'll take you through that part. That just needs to be done with it. Because my kin represents guided by death, guided by change, guided by the magic of moving into that, and shifting that. So even Capricorn has that energy of completing a cycle and changing things, moving things. We're moving past that, getting that. So just heads up, we only have these 4 days left of June energy. And then we're moving into that July energy. And that's the one I'm like, yeah, I can't wait to get into that. So I said it would be kind of cool to start the next challenge on a July 7th or 8th. I said. But then as I started looking, I was like, I'm going back and I might be looking at Saturday the 27th because that's a portal day. And that's all about the yellow radiating sun And it's all about guided by free will because it'll take us into this setting. That's what I'm looking at. So, here's the homework assignment, everyone. I need you to go, if you do not know at this time, to 13moon.com. Okay, 13moon.com. And I need you to go into the birth decoder, the little tab that says the birth decoder. Put in your info so you can find out what your kin is, what your symbol is. If you do not know what this is yet, you need to decode yourself so you can flow with this. Because I'll be implementing this a lot for this last part of this 13th moon that we're in. So it's really good for you to know if your moon, if your kin is on a day that we might be talking about something that's lined up with you on your kin. And just know a lot of times when your kin is activated and you're activated with that kin, there's weird things that take place on the day when you're running around on your kin day. Okay? You want it to be in synchronicity with you. You don't want it to be crazy. Okay? Because the energy can be a little heavy. I already did my birth chart. Is this different? It's a birth chart. This one is called Getting Your Galactic Kin. You got to go to 13moon.com and do their birth decoder. Put your info in on there, and then it'll give you what your symbol kin is. Okay? Read that and read what the tone is. You got 2 parts to read of yourself. Decode it so that you know what that is. And a lot of you are going to be surprised when you read it. You're going to be like, damn, that's right on point with me. Or that's really how I see this or how I feel this. So the next part, we're going to talk about this. And this is really important because around this time of the year is a time that we get this, what we call the spiritual connection, want to connect. You want to dive into something. You want to jump into some kind of spiritual meeting, some kind of spiritual aspect of yourself. You want to take a course. You want to have a mentor. You want to do this. That comes up. Here is something I want you to pay attention to. If you're looking for a mentor, make sure it's someone that feels good and aligned to you. They don't seem fluffy, okay, like they're blowing smoke up your butt. And they're not always, make sure that they're authentic, okay, being a true authentic person. A true authentic person is going to be, they're going to show up how they are. They're not going to put on airs to cover, they're not going to show you, okay, hi, this is me. And then when I'm off the camera, I'm like, somebody else entirely different. Now, what you see is what you get. This is me. This is how I am. I keep it real. Okay? When you're authentic and you walk with that integrity. You know, you walk with that. When you're not authentic is when you're totally snowballing somebody and showing them an entirely different thing. That's not true. You're trying to represent something that's not even a part of you. That's not even you. Let's put it that way. It's not even you. Okay? That's not a part of you. So you want to make sure whoever you're getting as a mentor or what that is, that you are getting someone that is authentic. Okay? Now, when we get into groups, and you're going to get into group settings, you want to make sure that, how do I say this? That you kind of feel it out. You know, if you get into a group and it feels a little weird, don't do it. Don't be in the group. And this is for your magical circles. This is for your medicine circles, all of that. Pay attention. Okay? if you start seeing a lot of favoritism stuff and you see someone is constantly favored a lot, pay attention to that. Okay? Just pay attention. Scan it. You have every right to scan the energy if it's something you want to be connected to or not. Who's the main person leading the medicine? Who's the main person doing the magical teaching? Who's the main person that's organizing it? What are they offering? How does their energy feel? Okay? And pay attention to the words. Does the words match what they're doing? Because if it's not, don't put your energy there. Okay? I wish I would have known all of this back in the day when I was coming through my whole experiencing of embodying myself, waking up to that, and then truly coming online with that. Because literally, I came through a lot of my medicine people that I came in contact with backwards, because they showed me all the bad stuff first, how not to be. And then I would put it in my mind. I said, I definitely don't want to be like that. That's crazy. Who would do something like that? That's just, why would you live like that? How could you just do that? Why would you lie to people like that? That is horrible. Would never do that. Okay? Sometimes in Sundance it's called Heyoka. Okay, the Heyoka. Okay, Heyoka's coming around. The trickster. Okay, brings in things. He does things backwards. He's a trickster in the circle. He'll walk around backwards. He'll bring in medicine of something crazy, and he's a trickster to get you to pay attention. Okay, so be aware of trickster energy. Why am I telling you this? Because July, because of the 7, is all about spirit and creator. Okay? It's all about also being aware not to be tricked by the false God light. Okay? Because many of us know that the false God light does not have your highest interest at best for you. Doesn't really truly connect to you. Okay? The benevolent, whenever in doubt, when you say the word benevolent, that means of the most up high divine light. Okay? Nothing low can get to that. When you bring that word in, I only want the most high benevolent light beings around me. Period. That brings in a whole big force field of energy of the benevolent light. And anything that's really low can't come into that. Yeah, they are good. They help you to see truth. They bring up the trickster medicine so you can see truth. Okay? The Heyoka comes in on the 3rd day of Sundance. Because 3rd day of Sundance, because you're dancing for 4 days, no food, no water. In the heat, under that sun. You got your regalia on. You got your prayer wing to help sweep up the prayers for the people. And they show up on the 3rd day. And that 3rd day is all about, are you still being present to be against deceit and conception? Exactly. That's what the Heyoka does also. The energy comes into the circle while you're standing and doing prayer. They will come up to you and put water underneath your mouth, or put ice on your forehead and ice all around your mouth to see if you will take that in. Or are you going to stay committed to what you're doing? Can they tempt you and pull you out of your alignment? Can they trick you? Because They want to see how strong you are. So one of the biggest temptations that they did to me back in that time when I was doing my dance, this is how far they went out to distract me. They brought in a big cherry limeade from Sonic and came around me drinking it, sipping on it. And I'm just got my eyes up to the sun. I'm saying the prayers. And I'm feeling the prayers coming in, and I sweep it up, and I just keep that focus, and they're all in front of me. Slurping it, drinking it, laughing at me. Don't you want some of this? Don't you want some of this? That's what they're doing. I'm just like, and then they start pouring it, and I felt sorry for one of the other brothers that was dancing, because I think one of his favorite things was, oh God, what was it? I think it was a hamburger, but it was something that he really liked to eat, and they came in with it, and then we were all smelling it, and we were like, oh my God. So yeah, the third day of Sundance is the temptation day, is the can we break you? Can we get you out of this? Okay. That's how hard the third day is. Okay. They'll even come in, and when it's hot, I don't know if all of you know what Oklahoma heat is like, but to be in full regalia and dancing underneath the sun, and you're like, oh, okay, now we're in this part of it. And they come in with watermelon, lemonade. Now everybody else is supporting you. They get to drink that. They get to eat it. You know, they'll go and pass it around to everybody in the arbor, but you have to stay focused. You have to keep your heart there. You have to stay in alignment with Creator. You're not going to drop that. You're not going to let that temptation come and take you out of focus. Okay? Which is really anyone that understands when you go through Sundance and when you participate in that and you are being in service of that, it kind of carries with you throughout your life, because you start to see trickster energy that's supposed to throw you off your path. Okay? We have a lot of trickster energy that's happening. So next month, what is it going to take for you to stay present, to endure, and to transcend energy? That's the name of the game next month. Okay? When we're anchoring into that energy of, okay, how can I endure? How can I rise, keep my energy going? How can I transcend, get over this? But how can I still show up and be present? Okay, without losing myself to things that I see that's going to pull me away from it. What's the distraction? Okay, this is the game. So everyone, just keep that in mind and really understand you want to be so connected to the divine creator source, great mystery, however you see that for yourself, the highest supreme benevolent light source. Okay, the one true creator. Okay, you want to be connected. You want your cords tight to that. Okay, you're not going to let Betty Sue and Jimmy Doo come along with all their traumas to bring your energy down, because they want you to rescue them out of what they created for themselves, of their experience that they're experiencing. Hence, back to when you're looking for medicine mentors and things, you want to see how they're flowing in themselves. How do they handle things? Somebody's getting up in their space. How do they handle that? How do they show up? You want to be very observant. And if nothing comes online that's attracting you from mentors and stuff, know that you are your guru. You are the guru. You're the medicine. But make sure that people who are out looking and seeking your energy don't have access to it. You don't consent to it. Set up your energy for your force of your body and say, my energy is my energy. I keep it to myself. I don't want anybody dipping into my space trying to be a vampire and pull vampire energy, pulling energy off of me, tapping into me. You don't have that right. I'm not consenting to you. And if you do tap into me, you're not going to feel very good after you do it. Okay? Put that in your field. Because I watched something I thought was really interesting. And this goes for when you get into these heavy medicine groups. Medicine men in particular that don't walk really well. Okay? They look for those women that have a lot of power. This is why when you get in those kind of group settings, you keep yourself under wraps. You don't need to be able to tell people what you do and what your gifts are. Don't do that, because they want to know how they can tap into you. And it'll seem really innocent. Oh, what's some of the gifts you have? What do you grow up? What gifts you have? Because as soon as that person asks you, they are leaning in and they want to know what you can do. Okay? And also be aware that some of these medicine men or elders in that energy that's been around a long time, and you're just now meeting them, okay? They can hear your thoughts. They're good at that. So you don't want them to know what you're thinking. Oh, I love peanut butter and bubblegum. Peanut butter and bubblegum. Cherries and peanut butters and bubblegums. Cherries and just start running a jamming system so they can't read your thoughts. Okay? Why am I telling you this? Because of next month, what we're stepping into. What do you think comes with a number 7? A lot of an increased intuition and telepathic energy is connected to it, because that's the creator source. That's that energy. Okay? That's why I'm telling you this. So that you will know and you'll be aware of what you're stepping into. Okay? Don't go stepping into something and you haven't checked out what you're stepping into. All right? Just because someone walks with medicine and does certain medicines and plant medicine and all these different things doesn't mean they walk in a good way. Okay? Doesn't mean that. This is why you want to pay attention. It doesn't mean they walk in a good way. They might just be seeking, looking for someone that they can pull energy off of. There was a lady on here I thought was really interesting. And she came up on my feed and I thought it was kind of weird. And she was talking about she's like a Uber driver, drives around, and she picks up people. And she said this one particular night, and she was driving in New Orleans, okay? Some guy did that, me, and was reading my mind, and it was the eye portal. Yes! Oh, yeah. I make it, I make it my point. When I go into grocery stores, I'll look up real quick, but I don't always make eye contact with everybody. Okay? I just don't do that. But yeah, they can do that too. Oh my gosh, I saw her. Okay, you might know who I'm talking about. This lady. She had on a pink top, and she was talking about her experience of driving around in New Orleans. And this one person got into her car, this lady, and this lady was talking about how she really, yes, okay, cool. She was talking about how she liked living in New Orleans, and she started talking about how she liked the lady's energy, the driver's energy. Okay, she was already tapping in. All right, she's tapping into her. She wanted to find out a little bit about her, how she felt about being in New Orleans. And then the lady, the passenger, the vampire, I should say, gets into a place and makes her feel like everything's okay until she touches her. And then when she touches her, the driver feels like all of a sudden like she's frozen. Like the car's not moving, like she's frozen. And then later all of a sudden she's like, okay, she's like back. And she's like, what did you do to me? And the lady said, oh, I took some of your energy. And then she tells her in New Orleans, there's 4 different types of vampires. And they all exist, those 4 types exist in New Orleans. But she was a energy vampire. Okay. Energy vampires are very unique and interesting beings because they never have their own energy. They always want to take other people's energies. What they don't know a lot of times, sometimes they might tap into someone's energy that they shouldn't tap into and partake of that. You know, you have some very powerful witches, hoodoo priestess. They are very strong in what they do. They walk with a very strong. You're going to try to tap into that? Yeah. So they look for people that don't see them coming. They scan their energy, and if they have a really good one, they tap in. Okay. And they pull it. Then after they get the energy, you're like feeling kind of tired and don't know why. Maybe even fall asleep and don't know why. Because they did a big feed. They want it. A lot of times, people who are in medicine and what they will jump into your space and jump into your auric field to take what you have. What's your knowledge? Especially if it's really magical. They want that. Because they probably are not feeling too magical themselves and they're probably not feeling too aligned. So they're just going to tap into yours and take a little something and feed. Now, what was interesting about after she talked about this story, she said the following night when she went to sleep, she had a dream about this woman calling her, pulling on her. So this person made a connection to her. So why am I telling you about this? Because I talked about this one time before, that sometimes certain medicine people will love you. They want to be around you with calling my energy back. Yes. But sometimes some of the men medicine people They want to tap into you when you're sleeping at night. Okay? This is why it's really important, especially being woman of your own medicine and stuff, you make sure that if you feel anything coming into your space trying to tap into you, you make sure you rise up in that high space and become your defender. Become the warrior that will attack it. And I remember having a fallout because the group that I was a part of and going and having lodge, sweat lodge and stuff with, this particular male did not want me coming by anymore. He didn't want to be exposed on anything that he might have been doing that's not right. So he makes up all this hoopla. He says, "You can't be on the red road and be reading cards. You can't do that." Now, to tell me, someone who's been reading people since the age of 9, with or without cards, and then you're going to tell me after I already completed my service of Sundance and everything, you're going to tell me I can't do that. Who are you? Who wrote that law? Where is it written? Because I am showing up as my authentic self, that I am tapped into my clairs. But it's not for you to tell me of what I can and cannot do. That's between me and Creator, not you. I can understand if it's something with your lodge. I'm very respectful for that. But I also got attacked on the fact when I'm in a lodge, my light language came out. And at that time, I didn't know that was my light language. And I was singing and talking in a different dialect. Nobody understood. They felt it, they felt good around it, but they didn't understand it. And I kept asking questions. What is this? Anybody understand? We think it's something ancient you're doing. He didn't like that. It made him feel uncomfortable because he didn't know what I was saying. So then I'm not allowed to come to any more of his sweats, his lodges. I said, okay, I don't understand where this is all coming from, but okay. Peva is over. I don't see you as my brother no more. We deal with each other no more in this lifetime. I just hit that. When I say Peva no more and I say it to you, that means I don't have nothing to do with you. Period. That's it. End. Death to it all. Boom. Gone. Hung up. I was pissed. I said, somebody stirred the pot. So I followed that line. I found out who stirred up the pot and added more stuff to something for no reason. I said, oh, you in it. All right, whatever. Female. As usual. Someone got jealous and had envy issues. Okay? So I leave that alone. A few nights later, I feel something that doesn't feel right. I'm being attacked. I'm feeling pain. Someone attacking me. I wake up, turn the light on, I don't see anybody in there. But I smell something strange. I said, I get quiet. I follow the energy. Follow the line. I see the face. I see the person. It's the brother, the ex-brother. Oh, you're in my space now trying to take something. Not. So I get quiet. I send out a little energetic warning. I said, this is a warning to you. Don't you ever do that to me again, coming up in my space, violating me like that. I don't consent to that. The next time you do it, it will be a full on war and you'll never do it again to me or anyone else. That's what I said. All right. So I sent it out. I warned him. Next night, he came a creeping in again. This time I was still asleep. And I can share this with you. So if you find yourself doing this, you'll know what happened to you. Okay, this is very true for a lot of light workers, a lot of medicine people who hold their medicine sacred and they walk in a good way. You'll split, okay? Your physical body will be asleep, but you will see your spirit self, rise up out of your body, sit up. You'll see you sleeping. You'll see the person in the spirit realm, in the astral, messing with you. Then you're at war. I went off in some type of deep ass language. I could feel myself in my physical bed had the voice, saying it. I feel my body moving, but I can also see I'm confronting the person. And I pulled up some stuff that was like, you'll never do this again. After it was said and done, the body and the spirit came back together. I woke up, I sat up. I was like, whew. Oh my gosh. What happened? What happened? I'm walking around. I'm like, ah. And then finally, I get the playback of it. I see the timeline. I see the energy of the person. I said, well, he was warned. Never got another attack from him again. And then I hear later that he became very ill. I wonder why. You don't do that to any medicine person, medicine woman, priestess, priest. You don't do stuff like that, because what happens? That person's team, their higher self, came out and got you. Okay? This is why is it really important too for people who get paid to troll on people's platform and stuff, and you coming up messing with them and doing stuff. I said it once, I'll say it again. You got to be careful on who you are messing with. Because you're not just messing with them, you're taking on their whole ancestry. Do you really think you got enough going on to protect yourself from that? Doing your little stuff? No, you don't. You don't. And then you'll be wondering why shit ain't going right in your life, because you messed off and you did somebody wrong. You committed some harm. You were insulting somebody for no reason. So this is why I share this, because of what next month is. I want everyone to have that knowledge. So if you decide you're going to go get in a circle, get into some medicine, you are aware. And don't share all your everything with anybody. And if they get in your space, be ready to handle it. Be ready to knock it out. Okay? That's why I share that. So it was really heavy on my mind, because I was just thinking, we got that portal 77s, and then in August we got 888. There's going to be a lot of tapping ins. You just watch out. You watch out for people that do that. Ooh, you got a lot of light around you. Ooh. Yeah, I do. Don't get in it. Just be just straight, just like that. Okay? Know who's tapping in. You have every right to follow the trail and have it revealed to you. And say, reveal it. Reveal who's doing it. Let me see their face. All right? So, I just want to make sure everybody has that. I'm preparing all of you so that you stay true to yourself for next month because we're talking about everything on an energetic level. Okay? Energy. So I really want everyone to be in that energy part. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Any questions about what I just said? Okay, everyone good. I can't find the protection live from the other day. You gotta go under the live button. Hit the live button, live videos. It'll say videos and live. Hit live, and then you can go and you'll find it. It'll say protection on it. Okay, we're going to do the beautiful unveiling golden age. And then one for the tarot. We already did the turtle. Huh, interesting. I like that. Waterfall, 77. 77 card. 77 card. Okay. Priestess of the Earth and Guardian. Oh, FYI, I need to let you guys know because the frequency and some of the codes that are coming in, don't panic if you start to feel like you can't get your words together. Okay, like you're feeling funny about your words. Okay, don't panic. No, it wasn't there. I checked. I'll take a look and see where that is. Interesting. Okay, in the tarot we have, not the tarot, the golden, the waterfall. And that's Priestess of the Earth and the Guardians. In the She Tarot we have Frozen. Don't be frozen. And then moving into union. What's the union that you want to be a part of? The union of the self, the union of, your higher self connection. What is that union looking like for you? So this one, it takes us back to cultivating the balance of the yin and yang, the masculine and the feminine. Your creative ventures and relationships will flourish by integrating structures and flow. I love this. And it's kind of right on point because it has the union with this. So it brings you both of those. Okay. So, yeah, I'll take a look and see. Oh, wow, we have a lot of communication with the cards in the water. Yes. Yes. Your water connection is very important next month. Let me repeat that. Your water connection is very important next month. Okay? Remember what I said yesterday when we deactivated our portals. All of our portal work is deactivated. We're done. We completed that task. So now you have to look at how you're connecting and keeping yourself present. And water is a good way to be present. Your feet on the earth is a good way to be present. Your being around the trees is a good way to be present. All of that's a good way to be present. But water right now is so super coded for you to take and put your feet in and get yourself around the water. It's super coated. Okay. And when you're drinking your water, when it's purified or structured water, cleansed water, you're giving that activation of thank you for your water. Okay. Everything is going to be very heightened. So don't panic if you start feeling kind of like you can't get your words together. Um, if you're feeling like tired and you just want to sleep, a lot of times you're processing and you're getting those codes in that have to be processed. And the only way they're going to be processed is you being still. Okay, you being still. And just allow yourself to process. And this is not a competition. Okay? This is thank you, a reconnection process to your true higher self that will not be interfered with. That's the beauty of this, all of it. Okay? So, everyone, I want you to be good to yourselves. And if you are interested and you want to dive into a session, an hour session, $68, but you have to email me on Galactic Spiral Light. You're only going to get a 1 day and a 1 day check-in. That's it. But it only is for something immediate you want to deal with. Like you just can't take anymore. You just want to let's get past this. Okay. That's what that session is for. If you want to do that. And that's all I'm going to say about that. So everyone here, you guys know how I roll. You can only contact me through the email for your sessions. And I am a stickler, and this should be for everyone when you're working with people. You always get your money up front first before you do the session. Okay? Make that your practice. Another thing, light workers and healers. You need to have a cutoff time. I cannot stress this enough. I really don't talk about it like I should, but you need a cutoff time. Just because you're on this path, just because you're being of service, doesn't mean you're of service 24/7. Because 24/7, you need to be able to get your rest. You have to gather back energy that you have given to others to be doing the work. You need to get energy back that takes care of you, calling yourself back. So I like to start my day off with when I wake up, I have that time for myself. I'll start answering calls around 9 or 10 o'clock. I am done at 7. I don't care unless it's an emergency and your life depends on it. Fine. But at 7 o'clock, I'm back with Creator. Okay, I'm with Creator. Okay. Yes, honey, just go over to galacticspirallight.com. You'll see my page come up and just go into the email, and that's going to be 777 amdlovespirit3@gmail.com. Just put that in there and just tell me what you're really looking for, and then I customize that for you. Okay, but please have a cutoff time. I don't do nothing past 7. Some people get upset with that because they be like, well, I said, no. You had all day to get in contact with me. Now you're waiting until it's like 9 o'clock my time over here talking about you want me to put something together and do something for you now. No. I'm in my rest time. And here's another thing I want all of you to pay attention to. Just because you do your healing work and everything, you need to be aware of this. Sometimes people who got some serious things going on, those little attachments like to come out and be bothersome when the sun goes down. That's when they kind of take over their host and want to see if they can tap into you. If you'll take on the energy when the sun goes down. No. That's when a lot of stuff is going on. That's when the world, have you ever noticed that? You can go out and be out all day long, everything's fine, and all of a sudden you start seeing the sun is going down and you start saying, okay, it's time to get in now because night is coming in. What does the night bring? My point exactly. It flips. Brings in all the things that don't want to come out in the light during the daytime. Comes out at nighttime. This is another reason those of you that do house clearings and you're going to go clear someone's house, you don't do it in the evening time. When it starts to get dark, you don't do it at that time. No. You do it during the light time. That's when you do all the uninviting and tell them to leave. At nighttime, it's a whole different team you're dealing with. Okay, so those of you that go out and clearing space and everything, do it before it's dark. Don't be doing it when it's going nighttime. Now, you're going to have a seance and you're going to be sitting around the table calling all that in, doing that, you better know what you're doing. And you better know what the history of the land is when you're doing that in that house. And why you're being summoned for that. To put that together. You got to know that. Okay? Just have to put that out there. Because why? Because we're going into a 7th month. And all this stuff likes to come up in July. It's crazy. And then it shows up again in October. Because there's more of that present. But here on the 7th month energy, we're going to have that duality, spirit, light, spirit, light. Light's going to be battling hard. Okay, we're going to be battling. So please, have a cutoff time so you can heal yourself. Don't be clearing nobody's house when it's dark. You know, you can smudge or something if you got something that came in and you're like, I got to clear this. You know, friend just left. They just finished having emotional vomiting all over my couch and everything. They just let it all go. Clear that. Yeah, no problem. But don't be saying, oh, now I'm going to go do a spiritual home cleansing. And it's only 8 o'clock at night. No, honey, no. No. Okay, you do that stuff during the daytime. Yes, thank you. Once you lock the portals, can others open it from the other side? No. Once we took our portals down and they're deactivated, they're down. Okay, they're down. Because you put them up. You called in your guardians. And once we have said medicine's complete, and it's down, the medicine's down. We've deactivated it. It's down. Okay. But yes, absolutely. Got to have those boundaries. All right, lovelies. I'm going to go do what I have to do for me. Finish my laundry. And everyone else, be good to yourselves. And please, please, please stay hydrated and just be good to yourself. But think about everything what I said. If you've been out there doing those things, I'm just gently trying to guide you and keep you safe from having to deal with things that are not cool. Because here's another reason why you don't want to do that. A lot of times those spirits, when you do home clearings late at night, they get ticked off. And then when you leave, they decide to follow you to your home. Okay? If you're really new at it, you don't know that. They figure you don't know that they can just follow your butt because it's nighttime. All right? Have no problem. This is why you make sure you have all your spiritual tools together. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about spiritual tools. Things that you should have that you can use that keeps things off of you, kind of put people in check. You know, you don't want to have to deal with that energy. We're going to talk about that because what am I doing? Getting you ready for July because it's a 7. All right. All right, lovelies. Okay, for reals, for reals. You're divinely loved, you're divinely seen, and you're divinely heard. You're divine magic. You're divinely free. You're divinely aligned. You're divinely awake. Know these things are you. Be authentic to you. Be that love you wish to see in the world. You love yourself first. Give it to you first. Stop expecting others who do not love themselves to try to love you. How does that work? That doesn't work like that. No, it's broken. You love you first, then you emanate that in the world. All right, lovely. Be good to yourself. We'll talk about spiritual tools tomorrow. Why do you use certain things? We'll talk about it tomorrow. I got goosebumps. That's a good topic for tomorrow. All right, lovelies. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.